Kyle. Welcome to my story time. Today's story is Moon Cow. Millie knew the moon must be lonely, floating in the cold night sky. It had nobody to talk to, and nobody to share its secrets. So she decided to keep it company. Millie stayed up all night talking to the moon. The moon was a very good listener. Millie was sure they'd be friends if only the moon was a little closer, and when she told the moon her secret, she knew it would understand. The other cows laughed. Silly Millie Cow talking to the moon. The night passed quickly, but the moon didn't say a word. The next night, the moon shone a little brighter. Millie could tell it enjoyed her company. All night long, Millie sang silly songs and told the funniest jokes she knew. The other cows laughed. Silly Millie Cow singing to the moon. The night passed quickly, but the moon didn't make a sound. Each night, the moon shone a little brighter. Millie could tell it was having a good time too. Millie did somersaults and hoof stands. She juggled cowpats and danced a can-can. The other cows laughed. Silly Millie Cow acting like a clown. The nights passed quickly, and the moon crept closer. When the moon was so close it filled the sky, Millie stood up on tiptoes and listened carefully. The moon stayed silent. The other cows laughed. Silly Millie Cow listening to the moon. Millie knew why the moon wasn't talking. It was shy, just like her. So Millie started walking across the flower-filled meadows and through the mossy forest. The moon followed silently behind. When she reached the Rocky Mountains, Millie started to climb up and up. The moon crept closer. When Millie was sure nobody could hear, she whispered, "I'll tell you my secret if you tell me yours." Millie waited and waited and waited, but the moon kept its secrets. Millie was very disappointed. "Silly moon," she grumped, stamping a hoof. "Who needs a friend like you?" The moon didn't say a word. But as it sank quietly below the horizon, Millie called, "I'm sorry." The moon got smaller and smaller, slowly shrinking away to nothing. The nights passed very slowly. Millie missed the moon. The other cows shook their heads. Silly Millie Cow missing the moon. Then one night, Millie saw the moon floating right there in the pond. Millie crept closer. She hoped the moon forgave her. "Hello, moon," she said. The moon didn't move, so Millie leaned closer. "Do you want to know my secret?" The moon waited. "Sometimes the night makes me feel lonely," Millie whispered. The moon didn't laugh. Millie could tell it understood. Millie sat by the pond with a friend in the moon. The night passed quickly. They didn't need to say a word. And that's my story, Moon Cow. Hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye.